Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Russell Lacour. I'm the CTO and co-founder of Odin. Today we're going to be teaching you how to build an AI agent using the Odin platform. The agent that we're going to be building today is a social media agent. I'm going to be focusing primarily on LinkedIn because I don't really like posting on social media. So we're going to build an AI for that.
We are going to focus on creating automations for social media suggestions that we're going to send to our inbox every morning so that we can stay up to date on the latest and greatest. So first things first, I want to set up an automation. So like I said, I want this every day. So I'm going to create a new flow. Then we're going to do a schedule once a day, and I want this pretty early because I want to do it. I want to see it at the start of my day, right? So 7 a.m. is pretty good. We're in Pacific time, and I want it on the weekends too because we work 24/7 around here, you know? Now, first thing I'm going to do is I want to go get information. So I can actually use Google for this. I want to actually search Google articles using AI. Specifically, I want to look up like latest AI news. There's a few different kind of like subjects that I want to look for specifically. So let's start with generative AI. And specifically, let's do so we focus on enterprise a lot. So we'll stick with enterprise. So generative AI enterprise. Then 5 is fine. I do want to download all the pages. And then I want news. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to test this. So this will give us some sample data back. It's basically going to run this and give us an example of what we're going to get back. Okay. So we have our news. We can expand this out. So it takes a little bit because obviously it's going to go download each one of these pages. You can see here, these were published today. So then you've got like Hewlett Packard, NVIDIA, some enterprise related content. It looks like some of this might be a little clickbaity, but that's okay. That's what the AI is here for. So now that we've got these results, what we're going to do is we're going to pass it to an AI agent. So we're just going to set this one up. Now I'm going to use a really simple agent for now. So we've got this one already set up. I didn't have to do anything. And I'm going to pass it all of the results. So literally, I'm just going to go like this. It's going to pass it in JSON format. That's fine. I don't really mind. The way this structure comes back, the AI can figure out, what's going on here. You've got, okay, I guess I would be duplicating this. So let me clean that up really quick. So I'm going to send it the markdown version of each of these files. And now I get 5 files back. So one of the things that we can do is basically say, we'll do this in a loop. So we've got 5. Let's loop through all 5 of them. So here, results. Again, we'll just do a test. Awesome. So here's our first item. Now we're going to pass that in here. So inside of our loop, let's tell the agent the loop item. Specifically, there we've got title and markdown. We could probably tell it the date. Maybe let's give it the URL too. So this is just a prompt, right? I can modify this many different ways. So we're going to give it some more information. We're just going to tell it title, article, and source. So just giving it some help. Now you can choose different ones. For us, we're just going to do it normally. Those other options are a little bit more advanced. You can check out some of our other tutorials for those. So here, I'm also going to set this up. So I like to organize these. I'm going to call this social post. So this is naming the chat. I'm going to basically tell it to ignore any previous chat history. And I'm going to actually give it its own ID. And so what this will do is it basically, every single time this happens, it's always going to go to the same chat. This ensures that it stays organized. So as these chats pop in, the social post chat will contain a history of every single one of these that's happened. So we can test this one and see what comes back. So I didn't tell it to do anything. I just gave it title, article, source. So here is where we want to train the agent. So this agent, for instance, doesn't know anything. We just kind of passed it, information, and now it's saying, oh, well, actually, let's go check what it's saying in the chat. So here, social post, you'll see, and then this social post ID is what I gave it. Now, we provided it the source and the article, and we also provided it the title here at the top. And it looks like this agent just kind of responded with it, key highlights. And now keep in mind, we didn't train this agent to do anything. I haven't said anything. And then it even gave us back this link to the article. So now what I want to do is I want this agent, this AI simple agent, to give me a social media post, maybe a couple. But for now, we're going to stick to a LinkedIn style post. So I'm going to go into agents and I'm going to create a custom agent. Here we'll call it the LinkedIn agent. Perfect. We'll use GPT-4o. I don't need to use the knowledge base. Now, what would be helpful here is to upload some information about Odin. So maybe we will do that. GPT-4o is good and we'll save it. So, we got to give it a personality. So here we're going to tell it a little bit about the intention of this. So you are a helpful assistant. I am going to give you an article with a title and link. I want you to summarize the article in your own words so that it can be shared on LinkedIn. And here I might give a few examples, but we'll start with this. And the post will be from my view, sharing the information in the article. Do not mention the article because I would just want to share this and talk about it as an expert. So write the article from the viewpoint of an expert, sharing this information. So we'll save this and let's see how this works. Now, there's a few different ways we can do it. For speed, we might not do it from this interface. I will show you how to kind of set that up though. So here, I want to switch the agent. I want to go to our LinkedIn agent now. So I just switch that there. And then I can click retest. And now this retest, what it's going to do is it's going to send that chat message again in the same chat, ignoring the chat history, but now with our LinkedIn agent. So once this returns, and we could go over here actually while it's doing it, you can see it actually responding. So here, I'm excited to share some groundbreaking news from Hewlett Packard and NVIDIA. They've just announced a new portfolio. So this is me plugging NVIDIA. So I don't really want this. So what we can do, let's go into our flow and I want to ignore sales pitches. So like I would consider this a sales pitch and I don't want, I'm not trying to promote Hewlett Packard. They're not paying me for that. Shout out to Hewlett Packard if you want to pay me. More than happy to promote your software, maybe, if it's good, So what I do want to do is I want to use an agent. And we're going to do some advanced stuff, I guess. We'll keep it to the simple agent because that's really all we need. And I want to figure out if this article is relevant to me. So again, let's go back actually into the loop on the first item. Specifically, I want the markdown content and I'm just going to say JSON. Okay, so is this article a pitch or trying to sell a solution? So typically with a large language model, it's kind of going to give like an explanation. It might say yes, it might say no. You might have to do some like crazy prompting. What we are going to do is we're going to pass this. I'm just going to put some lines here so that it knows like the article's over, right? And I'm going to build a JSON. So really, really simple one. We'll call this yes or no. Let's see. Is sales. So all this is going to do is give us a structured output. So I'm going to say is sales. Now I could do this in a million different ways. We're going to put false. So all I'm doing really is telling the language model, the title's not important. This is more for us. I'm saying respond in this structure. Say is sales and then true or false, basically. So if I pass this in this flow, response format JSON, then I choose is sales. And here we'll do our chat name again. We'll call it is sales, ? Ignore chat history, and then is sales. So again, just keeping it clean. As the projects grow, you're going to want to keep it organized. So then we'll test it. And what should happen is that we're going to get back a JSON response here. And you can see there, JSON response, is sales true? Now the power of this is every single time this little block happens, I'm going to get this response, which means I can go here and I can say if. So I can branch out and say JSON response true. So if this is true, do something. So if it is sales, I don't want to do anything. So we're going to go to true. Now, you could send a message, right? You could basically say, like, I looked at this article, it doesn't match my criteria, stuff like that. For us, I only want to write about things that aren't sales pitches. So the first thing, sales pitch, I don't want to write about it. Now, that means we're going to have to loop through some more. Let's see. If I test this again, do I get another? No, it's always going to be that one. Okay, you can edit that out, Elliot. Sorry. Let me figure out what to do from here. Maybe we do want to write about it, but we don't want to sell it for them. So we might make two different versions of the agent. So like this is the LinkedIn article agent. Maybe we'll make like a LinkedIn sales agent where we'll talk about their stuff. Again, for me, I don't really want to promote other people's stuff. So I think I'm probably going to leave that out. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to ignore all the sales. So if it's not sales, do this. And I want to send myself this as an email. So send email, I'm going to connect my email. And I'm going to send this actually to myself. The subject. We'll just do subject like this. Potential. And we'll take actually the title from here. And then the body, we can leave it as plain text. And we will take the response from here. So now if we test this, go over to my email. Okay, we got a response back. Potential LinkedIn article. Boom. Now you can see here that it gave us a markdown response. That's what these items are. And it's actually kind of good. Like I like the markdown format. I don't think LinkedIn will like it. And I don't want to like copy paste this, so there's a few different things that we can do. First one is we're going to go, so response format normal, we might want it to be HTML. And when we send the email, I'm going to send the email as HTML. So what that'll do is that this will be prettier and it'll let me copy and paste it over. So let's do that as a test run. So I want to retest this social post message. Okay, and then we're going to send that email. Okay, responded. Let's go to email. So there you go. You can see way more organized here. It's huge too. So this obviously needs more help. But let's just see if this comes. If we can put it on LinkedIn. Start a post. Boom. No, it didn't really keep any of the stuff. Plus it was way too long. So let's go back. Let's see if this one works actually. No, that one sucks too. Okay, so HTML didn't work. We don't like that. So instead of doing this, what we'll say is, let's go to email. I'm going to switch this back. Plain text. I'm going to put it right here and say, do not respond in Markdown. Actually, we'll put this in the agent itself. So you could put it in this prompt, or we can put it in the agent. I'm going to choose to put it in the agent because I like just keeping it clean here. So we're going to say, do not respond in Markdown. So let's go back. So now in our flow, go back and we'll test it again. So we'll just go right back to our step, hit retest. There you go. So I can already see it doesn't have any of that formatting in this message. Now we'll send it via email again. Okay, there you go. Boom. So there's our article, copied and pasted straight into LinkedIn. And really that's it. So this is going to send, up to 5 emails a day. I'm assuming Google's going to have a lot of BS in there. So let's do 10. And I think what I want to do is I want to refine this search query. And the best way to do this is basically going to be, right now we have every day do this loop, right? So we could build another loop where basically we could loop through a few different search queries. Those would all get added. We could put these, basically just build it out even more. You could also set up an action to do something like this, and I'll give you an example of that as well. But for now, let's just keep this. This is going to give us a LinkedIn post once a day on generative AI enterprise, and we're just going to publish that. So now every single day, I'm going to get up to 10 emails that tell me about the latest generative AI enterprise as a potential social media post. Now, I could add way more features to this, right? So right now I'm just returning this. Maybe what I'd want to do is like link to original. It's like maybe I want to include the link. We'll call it source. And we could just put the source from here. So this item, URL. So that's going to give me my response plus the source in that email all the time. Now I could also even provide a link to the chat. So I could like come back here, but really I just want that source. We'll publish it. That'll automatically update. And now I want to show you, we'll call this daily linked in. So one of the things that I think in the other series Matt's been talking about is the actions. So I want to show you guys how to turn this into an action where I could come in here at any time and ask the AI. I could come in here at any time and ask this AI to create this content for me. So we're going to do that by duplicating this, and we're going to change the first step. So we're going to change this to be an action. And this action, we're going to call it social post generator. And this description is in case you wanted to give it to an agent for it to happen in conversation. But for us, we're just going to make it really simple. Generate a social post. And then we're going to take one item. This item is going to be the topic. So topic, post, and the data, it's going to be pretty short. So this just controls the size of that field. It is absolutely required. And let's use some mock data. And all we're going to do is we're going to put that right here. And boom. Now, what this is going to do, so we'll publish that. Oh, actually, so I actually don't want this to send an email anymore. I want this to respond in my chat. So I'm going to delete this email step, and we are going to do a response. And so this response, we're just going to send a message. We are going to send the output of this, again with that source. And we're going to grab the source from here. And we'll publish it. Boom. So now in this actions tab, I have a social post generator that I can run. And the topic today is, you guessed it, generative AI for, let's stay away from enterprises. Let's do small businesses. Okay, so this is going to queue up and start running our action. So as it goes, you'll actually see it sending messages in this chat. It's going to send messages here. So is this true? You can see here, this one came back. So there, the message came through. Is this article a pitch or trying to sell a solution? Is sales came back as false? So that means it's going to go into this social post. We're going to see it write that post based on this article, and then it'll return it in our chat. So here's the main chat. You can see there's our post with the source. So, and there's another one. Now I could change that. For instance, maybe I want to put a title at the top of this. Maybe I want to put some space in between the sources. So you can see here, each one of these is a potential post that I could do today. We could build this out further. You could put it into like a CSV or a spreadsheet. You send this to your marketing team. There's a lot of things that you can build on it from here. But really, this is just the start of ideas that you could be getting every single day that easily automates this workflow to give you social media posts for Twitter, LinkedIn, Threads, wherever you want to post, however you want to post. You could customize this agent to do your brand, your style. You could add information to the knowledge base, for instance, by putting in information about your company, information about what you do, so that as these messages are coming through, this agent is talking in your brand voice. So on the next part of this, I'll build on top of this by using the knowledge base, and we can go over that.
Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you learned a lot. If you did, check out Odin, send us an email, subscribe, do all the cool things.